She was my hat today, okay?
Hey!
Hey, family! Good to see y'all. Welcome, everybody, to
Story time, story time, story time.
Welcome back to Story Time. If you don't know who I am, I'm Bonnie G, in the place to be.
Hey!
And like I always say, wherever the Ruach is, I can promise y'all, I just want to be present, okay? Call my name so I can tell you I am here in the building. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And I know y'all think y'all already familiar with her. I get it. But however, for those that don't know, okay, you already know I'm not looking for cheerleaders when we do this. But for those of you who don't know who she is none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat. Bump. That's right. Y'all know we no longer do it for ourselves. We do that thing for the community. It is the butt up bump for us. All right?
I had a headband in my head when I left the house. I'm like, well, I don't see no headband.
It was right there. Solid. All right. So y'all, thank y'all for that. Y'all know what we do. Before we even touch the story, we're going to give y'all a little scripture, and we coming to you with 1 Maccabees, okay?
Maccabees.
I love that scripture because it's just a reminder to the people, to our oppressors, okay? I love what Moshe has spoken.
You going to first or second?
1 Maccabees. And I'm going to be using my app that I have on my phone. So that's why I'm looking down. I think it's 2nd Maccabees. No, it's 1 Maccabees.
The one you always do?
I always do, yeah.
It's 2nd Maccabees.
2nd Maccabees. I was making sure you was on it. You good.
But you was doing a new one. I think it's 2nd.
It is. All right. So it's okay. 2nd Maccabees. Right. All right. Go ahead.
It's first chapter, right? I don't know which first you started.
All right. I'm there. Sorry, y'all. I get it changed. I get it switched up. Shabbat Shalom, family. Good to see y'all. So we're going to read from you to you 2nd Maccabees 1:24, and it says, "And the prayer was after this manner. O Yahuwah Elohim, creator of all things, who is fearful and strong and righteous and merciful, and the only and gracious King, the only giver of all things, the only just, almighty, and everlasting, you that deliver Yasharel from all trouble and did choose the fathers and sanctified them. Receive the sacrifice for your whole people, Yasharel, and guard your portion and sanctify it."
Your own portion.
And guard your own portion and sanctify it. Yes, ma'am. "Gather those together that are scattered from us. Deliver them that serve among the heathen. Look upon them that are despised and abhorred. And let the heathen know that you are our Elohim." Facts, okay? "Punish them that oppress us, and with pride do us wrong. Plant your people again in your holy place, as Moshe has spoken it." Hallelujah. May y'all add a blessing to the hearer and reader of his word. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. That is always a powerful reminder. And listen, we are in the book of Genesis. Now, if you're new to this channel, our reading might sound a little different. Fret not, okay? Don't let that get the best of you. It's only because we are reading out of the Sefer, okay? And it's giving our ancestors their real names back, okay?
Yes.
And so a lot of times I'll be stuttering, but y'all get it. But if you want the Sefer, you can go on sefer.net and you can purchase it. But what we recommend is not to pay full price. There is a discount for you. So if you use Story Time, you can get a discount. 10% is 10%. Hello, somebody, okay? So go ahead and use your Storytime discount. Just know that the O in the word story is actually a 0, and the E in the word time is actually a 3, as a reminder to going back to the covenant. Because what? The assignment is understood.
Understood.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So we had a lot to recap. I don't know.
Well,
y'all might get a sprinkle of a recap. Because again, Saturday, one day, it's a lot to remember.
We had a lot to say.
Oh, okay.
About
some
particular verses.
New King James.
It wasn't that we read a whole bunch.
New King James, he the reason for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we
had a lot to
actually,
say.
went into the story, not the story, the history of when our grandfather, Yahuda, married that Canaanite woman,
Mhm.
had those 3 sons, and Tamar married one of them. He died
Yes.
because he
was his mother.
yeah. He
Basically.
spilled the seed, basically.
Yeah.
So then the brother had to go in and marry her. He got mad because the mom was the influence again. He did the same thing he did. He died. So Yehuda said, just stay, wait till my younger son is born.
Yeah, Shalak.
Yeah, I think that was his name.
Yeah.
And I'll give you him. So Tamar waited.
She sure did.
It didn't happen. That mama said,
she ain't getting my son.
No. And so when Tamar sees that Yehuda went back on his agreement, she dresses up like she knows that Yehuda is on his way. I think it was to Timnah.
Yeah, it was.
And so she goes right, she sets herself up right before he gets to Timnah. She covers her face like the harlots used to do. Yehuda buys her.
Sure did.
And I remember because I was downloading the Testaments of the 12 Sons today to the website, and I'll be trying to break it up so people know this is Yehuda. And remember, Yehuda had that drinking problem. He was drunk. Because remember, he was telling his kids.
Sure was.
He was telling his kids, I was drunk, and this is what I did.
Yes, he was. We were learning about the power of the alcohol.
Yeah, of the alcohol. Yep, and he was warning his kids, don't do it.
Don't do it. Oh, yeah.
Leave the alcohol alone, because when I was on the alcohol, I did all this stuff.
And he was drunk. He was
drunk. He had that drinking problem.
Yeah, he was sloppy drunk.
And so that's just kind of like the backstory that is important.
Yeah.
Because that was like,
he gave away the whole kingdom.
He gave away the whole kingdom because he was drunk.
Yeah.
Because she
for
said,
a moment.
Yep. Because she said, what you going to give me? Because he was like, I don't have no money on me. He gave her the signet ring and the staff.
That was all she needed.
That means that's a black card.
Mm-hmm.
She can just go do whatever she wants. Mm-hmm. In the name of Yahuda.
So good.
So, of course, they didn't find her when they went back to pay for the sheep, and I don't think we got.
We didn't get past that.
We didn't get past that.
Oh wow. Okay, so I'm going to start off. Wait, because Joseph.
We're on 24.
Oh, okay, 24. Okay.
Yeah, all this happened. Oh, did we do Joseph last time, or was he the Thursday? Because we know that Joseph is. Oh, I think we did talk a little bit about Joseph because we were talking about that coat. James and I were talking about that coat too.
Yes.
Because they're trying to give us like remember a split screen. So Joseph is gone. He's doing the, while all that's happening with him and Pharaoh's wife and all that, this is what's happening on this side. Mm-hmm. So they're giving us this side, but they haven't given us all of Joseph yet till we get to 39. But Joseph is sold.
Yes, he is sold. He is sold. Absolutely.
Joseph is sold.
But I don't think we got into because we didn't get far. We stopped at 38. I don't think we got far on 24 because we missing.
I think we're on 24. Mm-hmm. Because this is they said you're right. My bad.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna get here. Let me see. So he blamed it on the alcohol. Yes. But not only he didn't blame it, but he told them about the consequences of having too much alcohol.
Yes,
because some people can say, oh yeah, you shouldn't drink, but he told them this what happened to me. Mm-hmm. And that's important because you need to tell people the consequences of your decision and how it affected, those that can be potentially coming up under you.
Yeah, because he didn't so much as blame. He blamed himself for drinking the alcohol.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Absolutely. Yeah. That right there. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to start on Genesis 38 and 24 because that's exactly where we left off. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told to Yahuda, saying, Tamar, your daughter-in-law, has played the harlot. And also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Yehuda said, bring her forth and let her be burnt. when she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man who these are, am I with child? And she said, discern, I pray you, whose are these? The signet and bracelet and staff. And Yehuda acknowledged them and said, she has been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shalak, my son. And he knew her again no more.
They gonna say, oh, you finna burn me?
I'm not about to be seasoned barbecue tonight.
She said, you the baby daddy.
Absolutely. And on top of that, if y'all remember, he was trying to cover it up because when he couldn't find the heart, he said, oh, don't worry about it then, whatever.
Yeah, because I don't want people to know that's what I did.
Don't worry about it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But he couldn't. And then I love how he acknowledged in front of everybody that Tamar is more righteous than I, because I didn't do my part. I
made her a promise and I didn't keep it.
Yes. How much? I mean, come on, accountability. That is good right there. All right. And it came to pass in the time of her travail that, behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass when she travailed that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, this came out first. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that, behold, his brother came out. And she said, how have you broken forth? This breach be upon you. Therefore, his name was called Peretz. And afterwards came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand. And she called his name was called Zerah.
That's interesting.
It is.
I wonder why. There's a reason why they mentioned this.
Yep. It's got to be.
Not kind of sure why. Maybe it'll come up later. But yeah, that's interesting. That's one of the details I never tripped up on.
Chapter 39. And Joseph was brought, because remember, there's a split screen, so we know what's going on this side. Now we're getting on this side, okay? Don't lose sight. All right. And Joseph was brought down to Misraim, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, a Misri, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And Yahuwah was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of the Adonai the Misri. And his Adonai saw that Yahuwah was with him, and that Yahuwah made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house. And all that he had, he put into his hand. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, and over all that he had, that Yahuwah blessed the Misri house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of Yahuwah was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored.
Let me make this little point. We know we're of the tribe, and we know we're blessed. Where the blessings go, we go. But this is in defense of, how people are always down on us, like we're the lazy ones, we're thieves, we're, we do all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And we're the ones who actually you can trust.
Yeah.
You would want us to find your child in the woods.
Yeah, you would.
We the ones you want to find them. Like we the ones don't want your stuff.
Yeah.
If you give us a job, we're gonna do our job. You can trust us to do your job. Now, I'm not saying
all of
that
us don't get it
some
right.
of us who are scandalous, because there are, but the majority of us, we are Josephs. It's in our DNA. We're gonna do our best job. We're gonna get the job done because we serve Yahuwah. And Potiphar sees this. He said, I bought this man. He has brought blessings to my house. I totally trust him with everything I have. He's the overseer of my whole house.
Give him that backstory. His wife was the one that told him, hey, because remember the wife was like,
that's right.
Hey, you know what? He's a blessing.
She saw him first.
She saw him first. And she was the one, she was like stalking. Okay?
Yeah.
Times 10.
She was looking for fresh meat.
Yes, she was. Okay, the old wasn't getting it for her no more. And so she kept up with him since he was in with the Ishmaelites. She was keeping up and telling and leaving her home to go check on him.
Yep.
Girl, you whole married.
Yep.
You a whole married woman. But then she told her husband, oh, because he was asking, why your face looking so sad? Like, why you sad? And she was telling him, there's a Hebrew over there that you need to get him because maybe he's making that person blessed. And if you bring him to your house, you're going to be blessed too. That's how he got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, that backstory matter.
Yeah, because she like, you got that high position. Go get him.
Go get him. She wasn't going to listen. She was not.
So he goes and gets Joseph.
Put him over his house. And sure enough, the blessings came with him.
Yeah.
And I promise you, that be true.
Yes, it is true. Like for real.
That be true.
It's true. I was looking at this, and you've probably seen them from time to time. I think they be on Instagram, Facebook, all kinds of things where they be doing like little experiments where they will put a kid next to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'll notice all the people that step in is us.
You right.
I said, wait, y'all ain't showed Japeth's people yet that helped.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a one.
Yeah, it's us.
We the ones. And we be standing, and they don't even be our color.
No, they don't.
The kids don't even be our color.
But they're, in all fairness, too. I mean, because it's some of y'all that will, that's not of the nation,
that would probably
do it too. So,
But you're few and far between, whereas we're the majority, of course.
Absolutely.
We're not going to let nobody just snatch your kid.
No. And they're going to have a good seasoned meal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Warm blanket, all of that. All right. Verse 7. And it came to pass after these things that his Adonai woman cast her eyes upon Joseph. And she said, lie with me. But he refused and said unto the woman of his Adonai, behold, my Adonai knows not what is with me in the house. And he has committed all that he has to my hand. Backstory, he left. Potiphar left.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was gone
right now.
And Joseph actually had to fast when he was leaving. Because
he knew she was gone.
What kind of woman she was.
Because she was trying to just, when Potiphar was just at work.
Absolutely. She was
every day she was vexing that poor man. Remember, she was even going to kill Potiphar. She said, I'll kill him. If that's what's bothering you, I'll kill him and you can get with me.
She was telling that. And then she was, well, if you teach me your word.
Yeah, she was going to leave her gods.
I'll leave all my gods if you sleep with me.
She pulled a Harlem Nights on the boy.
I'm trying to tell you, she was a mess. She was trying to slip on something. All right. Let me see. 8. But he refused and said unto the woman of his Adonai, behold, my Adonai knows not what is with me in the house. And he has committed all that he has to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I. Neither has he kept back anything from me, but you, because you are his woman. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against Elohim? That's beautiful because he puts the light on his Adonai, which is the Potiphar. Potiphar. Thank you. But at the end of the day, he's like, how can I transgress against Elohim?
Yes.
He ain't really worried about transgressing about him. He like, I need to worry about this eternal.
Yeah, he don't want to watch me.
Yeah, like, no.
Potiphar may never catch me.
Yep, but he sees it. And that's that's the truth. And it came to pass as she spoke to Joseph day by day, y'all got to catch that backstory, that he hearkened not unto her, to lie by her, or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business. And there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out.
Did she send them away, or was something going on?
I think she sent in the backstory.
What it was, yeah.
So before this even happened, she was coming into his room at night, trying to offer
when
him
they say
food.
day by day. They ain't lying.
She was trying to poison him.
Oh, she trying to poison Pharaoh.
Oh no, yeah. But she tried to do a love spell. Put a spell on him, and he just knew. The Most High allowed him to see the food. Like,
I ain't drinking that. I ain't eating that.
She tried to basically rape him. Well, there it is. There. She tried everything.
And I remember she brought in all her little friends to just see him, and they cut their hands.
And they didn't even realize they were cutting their hands.
They was like, "Girl, you better go get them."
Yes.
That was a mess. This whole thing is a mess.
It was like
she was crazy with it.
Yeah, it was.
Talk about a stalker.
Yeah, and first stalker. Okay.
Yes.
First stalker in our history is this.
Yep.
All them other stalkers, they ain't had nothing on her.
Nothing.
Joseph was constantly being faithful and obedient to Yahuwah. This is prepared. Yeah. This prepared him. Absolutely.
Yes.
She was a mess.
Yeah. He over there just trying to do his job.
Absolutely.
And I remember he had to fast and oh no, Potiphar's leaving now. I'm really don't get it.
Absolutely.
He leaving out of town. This woman.
Whew, too much. And it came to pass when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, that she called unto the men of her house and spoke unto him, saying, See, he has brought an Hebrew unto us to mock us, and he came in unto me to lie with me. And I cried with a loud voice. And it came to pass when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. And she laid up his garment by her until his Adonai came home. So she all hugging, smelling the scent of Joseph until her husband got home.
Because Joseph said, I'm out of here. But you know what this just reminded me of?
That's a strange kind of woman.
How old was you when Bill Clinton was president? He was kind of young.
Yeah, I was in teenagers. Monica? Yes, I remember absolutely.
But he wasn't a teenager. He was probably elementary school because he was president in like 93, 94, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So,
it was a man.
I wasn't thinking like that kind of teenager. I was thinking like 13. But you're right.
He was young. I know that. He was young. But I don't know if all you guys remember like the Lewinsky.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
And they said like they had proof in this black dress. First of all, seriously.
Oh, yes.
You kept that dress. Oh, that means it was a setup.
Why would you keep
First of all, why is the stuff on the dress?
Well, people do a little thing strange.
Oh, hey.
I mean, I can answer that question, but this is story time, not tea time.
I'm like, you kept the dress?
Mm-hmm.
So that means this was all planned. And if people can't see through this, y'all people just stupid.
Ooh, well,
people are just stupid.
Or easily really manipulated. Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all really believe she just kept that dress for nothing? Like, what was she gonna do? Show it to her grandkids?
I mean, she probably knew something was up. Was like, no, I'm gonna keep this because this got your DNA on it.
It was a setup.
Goodness,
yeah, it's a setup. Like, why else would you?
I'm sure you know. She probably knew too. Like, this dude.
They told her to do that.
Absolutely.
But all them presidents is guilty of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the first one. All of them done did it. Every last single one.
And done worse. Yes.
It was a setup. And I just remember it because I took this economics class. Well, my job was giving like this little economics seminar. And it was going to be time for Bill Clinton to like run again or something else. And she said, and that's when he had, I think, the deficit down to $1 or something. But he had this something with the financial thing where America wasn't in so much debt. She said, if they want to win the election against Bill Clinton, they're going to have to do something because they're not going to catch him with politics. They're not going to defeat him using politics. He's too good. They're going to have to do something else.
Wow.
She stood up there and told us that.
Wow.
And I remember that to this day because I'm like, what does she mean? Because at first I had no idea what she meant. Like, what does that mean? And then the whole little scandal came out.
Oh, and that's how they did it. Okay, I got you now. Okay, I got you. It wasn't
she
through
said
politics.
If they want to bring him down, it is not going to be with his politics. He's too good. He's too good with foreign affairs.
Yeah.
He's too good with the money. He's too good with everybody's popular,
Yeah.
and he was on Arsenio Hall playing the saxophone. Hey.
Oh wow. Let's see. Auntie Linda says, Monica told Barbara Walters, I walked in the Oval Office, raised my dress, and showed him my. Oh. Okay. Well, listen. I probably should have proofread that before I said it, but it's all right. Yeah, I've heard you say.
Yeah, Monica she was a mess.
Show me her shoes. Okay.
Well, they can read the chat.
Let me see. Okay, so 17. And she spoke unto him according to these words, saying, the Hebrew servant which you brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. And it came to pass, when the Adonai heard the words of his woman, which she spoke unto him, saying, after this manner did your servant to me, that his wrath was kindled.
But notice how she threw that back on Potiphar, the servant you brought in.
But she's the one that brought it, yeah. And you kept asking for him.
Yeah. Yes.
You kept going to see him.
You was bugging me. I didn't even know who he was.
Yes. But now it's my problem.
Yeah.
All right. And it came to pass, when the Adonai heard the words of his woman, when she spoke unto him, saying, after this manner did your servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. And Joseph Adonai took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. And backstory, wasn't it when the baby had came out and said,
oh, that's right, I forgot about the baby. Yeah.
The baby actually was like,
Mama lying.
She lying. The baby sat there and told him.
And it was a little baby that wasn't even talking yet.
That was nursing, and the baby told him
everything that happened. Yeah, I was
because
there.
the baby was there when she brought them women in there.
When
the baby told him, listen, the baby ran the mama receipts, okay?
Yep. The baby was a witness.
The baby was a witness. And the baby never talked after that. Mm-hmm. But he told, and he couldn't, was it that he could not, because I think he beat Joseph. I think he beat him,
Potiphar? I think he did too, yeah.
Yeah, Potiphar beat Joseph and then put him in jail. But Potiphar knew that he couldn't really do too much to Joseph because of what the baby had said.
Because what the baby said, because he felt, and notice he put him in the king's prison.
Yes.
There's a difference between the king's prison and a regular prison.
Yes.
King's prison is a little bit more.
Yes.
Kind
of bougie.
Yeah, a little more bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're not really in prison.
Yeah.
Auntie Shani says the baby had words from the Most High. Yeah. But Yahuwah was with Joseph and showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in prison. And whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because Yahuwah was with him. And that which he did, Yahuwah made it prosper. Backstory.
But wait, can you just imagine you the prisoner and he made you head of prisoners?
Mm-hmm.
The prisoner, the guard. Backstory is Potiphar's wife was still coming to the prison.
So Brother Man couldn't even pray alone.
He couldn't even go to jail.
He was right in mid-prayer and she's sitting there listening to him.
In the prison.
Oh.
Brother Man can't even go to jail in peace.
As if you're not the reason I'm here. You see how that works?
Yeah.
And y'all see how that spirit still rolled today?
And who goes to see their rapists every day?
Thank you. I just want to see how you doing.
I bet you all of Egypt knew what she was up to.
Absolutely.
Like you're a liar.
Yeah. Yeah. And even Joseph was like, girl, leave me alone. Mm-hmm. Be my girl, go your way. What are you doing?
Yep.
And she was just like drawn to him, like
every day.
Stalking.
Yeah, and I'm sure the head of the prison was like, something ain't right.
She don't visit nobody. But she
like, what's she doing in here? And he's supposed to be in that. And why is this Hebrew even in this prison?
Yeah.
This for the key. He ain't even Egyptian. He ain't supposed to be here. Why is Potiphar's wife supposed to be here, and he's supposed to be in here for attempting to rape Potiphar's wife. Why is he in here and why is she coming? Somebody lying.
Somebody lying. Okay.
And then he goes and makes Joseph the head of
the thing.
The whole prison.
That's weird. That's weird.
But also see how Yahuwah is getting Joseph ready for what he's about to do in Egypt. You're the head of Potiphar's house. Now you're the head of the prison. Like, I'm teaching you all aspects of this thing.
And then speaking of teaching, you also getting a little bit of what you did to your brothers.
Yes. Yes.
So you have truth in it. You getting a little bit of what you were doing to your brothers while still being the favorite.
Yes. Yes.
See, back in the day, she would have been called a, what is that? A trollop? I don't know, Auntie. That was back in your day, though.
A trollop?
A trollop? What is that? I don't know, Auntie.
Is that Linda?
Yeah, Auntie. You know you.
Yeah,
I get lost. All right, Dwayne said, like Shaggy said, it wasn't me. Okay. Was that Shaggy? All right. Listen, I'm a little slow. So. Chapter 40. And it came to pass after these things that the butler of the king and of the Misraim and his baker had offended their Adonai, the king of Misraim. And Pharaoh was wroth against the two of his officers, against the chief of the butler and against the chief of the baker. And he put them in the ward in the house of the captain of the guard, into the prison, the place where Joseph was bound. And the captain of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he served them, and they continued in season in ward. And they dreamed a dream, both of them, each man of his dream, in one night. Let me see. Each man according to the interpretation of his dream, the butler and the baker of the king of Misraim, which were bound in the prison. And Joseph came in unto them in the morning and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. And he asked Potiphar's officers and he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of his Adonai's house, saying, Wherefore look ye so sadly today? And they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream. Okay. And there is no interpreter of it. And Joseph said unto them, Do not interpretations belong to Elohim? Tell me them, I pray you. And the chief butler told his dream to Joseph, and said to him, In my dream, behold, a vine was before me, and in the vine were 3 branches, and it was as though it was budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. And Joseph said unto him, This is the interpretation of it. The 3 branches are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up your head and restore you unto your place, and you shall deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, after the former manner, when you were his butler. But think on me when it shall be well with you, and show kindness, I pray you, unto me, and make mention of me unto Pharaoh, and bring me out of this house. For indeed I was stolen away out of the land of the Hebrew. And here also have I done nothing that they should put me into the dungeon. When the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good, he said unto Joseph, I also was in my dream, and behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head, and in the uppermost basket there was of all manner of baked meats for Pharaoh, and the birds did eat them out of the basket upon my head. And Joseph answered and said, This is the interpretation thereof. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up your head from off of you, and shall hang you on a tree, and the birds shall eat your flesh off of you. Mm, so sad. No, but also, what was
Remember
the
the backstory?
There
The
you go.
backstory was, I think the butler had spilled the wine.
Yes, he spilled it.
So Pharaoh was upset, but the baker, something poison was in it.
Yeah, poison was in the bread.
Yeah.
And tried to kill him.
So Pharaoh got upset at his butler because you spilled the wine, but he was upset at the baker. That was like treason.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to kill him.
Yes.
Basically. And you got busted.
Yep.
It was him and some other people. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I have to go back and check. Yeah, but he tried to poison him. So
he definitely did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the backstory on them. Like, he's like, yeah, your dream ain't so good.
Yeah, like, oh, you were so excited.
You might be thinking the little birdies was eating.
Yeah, he was like a 3, they was eating it. Oh, okay, this is the interpretation.
That's your head.
That's your head to eat that up. Okay, verse 20. And it came to pass the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. And he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again. And he gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet did the chief butler remember Joseph, but forgot him.
And remember, Joseph got in trouble for that.
Yes.
Yahuwah says, because you trusted in that butler to get you out and not me, you stand here 2 more years or something like that. You're going to be here 2 more years.
Yep. So you try to put a good word in.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget me. Put a good word in. Mention me.
And did he spill the wine, or was the wine nasty? It didn't taste good.
I thought it was spilled the word. I think spilled the wine.
I know it was something really minor. It wasn't really nothing.
Yeah.
Like, Pharaoh was just angry. Like,
he was kind of petty on that one, but still.
Dude, you got wine on my Jordans.
Oh, there you go. Could have been that.
Let me stop saying Jordan. Don't go buy no Jordans. Just saying.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me see. 41. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed. And behold, he stood by the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine and fat flesh. And they fed in the meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean flesh, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. And the ill-favored and the lean flesh kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke, and he slept the dream the 2nd time. And behold, 7 ears of grain came up upon one stalk, rank and good. And behold, 7 thin ear and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ear devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that his ruach was troubled. And he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt, or Mitzrayim, and all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was none that could interpret them unto Pharaoh. Then spoke the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my faults this day. And Pharaoh was wroth with his servants, and put me in the ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker. And we dreamed a dream in one night, and I and he, we dreamed each man according to the interpretation of his dream. And there was there with us a young man, a Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams, to each man according to his dream he did interpret. And it came to pass, as he interpreted to us, so it was. Me he restored unto my office, and him he hanged.
Remember the backstory on this? Remember, wasn't Pharaoh mad because they couldn't interpret
it?
He was about to start killing people.
About to kill you.
He was about to start killing people.
Yep.
And that butler went, yeah, that's right.
You know what? I do remember. Listen.
There's this guy up in jail.
Yep. Let me tell you what happened. See, what happened was That was
that time you put me in jail. But notice he mentioned the baker.
Yes.
So you can remember I just did something little, but the baker was the one who tried to poison you.
Yeah.
Make sure you not getting nothing different.
Yeah. I don't want you to get mad all over again.
Yes, let's not bring this whole thing up. Let's concentrate on the dream.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Let's concentrate on this dream now.
Facts.
This is Hebrew man.
Absolutely. He's like, remember. All right, where are we?
14.
Okay, 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard you say of you, that you can understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. Elohim shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river, and behold, there came out of the river 7 kine, fat flesh and well favored, and they fed in the meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill favored and lean flesh, such as I have never saw in all the land of Mitzrayim for badness. And the lean and the ill favored kind did eat up the first 7 fat kine, and when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them. So they stayed skinny. But they were still ill-favored, as at the beginning. So I awoke. And I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk, full and good. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the thin ear devoured the 7 good ears. And I told this unto the magician, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. Elohim has showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kine are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-favored kine that came up after them are the 7 years. And the 7 empty ear blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What Elohim is about to do, he shows unto Pharaoh. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Mitzrayim, and the famine shall consume the land, and the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous. And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing is established by Elohim, and Elohim will shortly bring it to pass. Now therefore let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Mitzrayim. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Mitzrayim, and 7 plenty of years. And let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and lay up grain under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them guard food in the cities. And that food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Mitzrayim, that the land perishes not through the famine. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of all the servants. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such a one as this is? A man in whom the Ruach Elohim is? And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, for as much as Elohim has showed you all this, there is none so discreet and wise as you are. You shall be over my house, and according to your word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than you. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set you over all the land of Mitzrayim. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand, and put it upon Joseph's hand. and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had. And they cried before him, bowed the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Mizraim. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without you shall no man lift up his hand or his foot in all the land of Mizraim. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Sabanath, Panath, and he gave him to be his woman, Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, Pharaoh, priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Mizraim.
Oh, I always laugh at that part.
Because you know what? Backstory. That lady that was trying to go get it, play hide and seek.
Joseph ended up marrying her daughter.
Joseph ended up marrying her daughter.
I wonder if that's the baby that told. Did they stand and say if it was a boy or a girl? How that told? I wonder if that's the baby that told. Like, Mama, you know you lying. This what happened. This what happened.
Right, she lying.
Daddy, this what happened.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow.
Mm-mm.
Somebody said they eating this with chips. That is so funny. Y'all are funny. Good to see y'all. I'm glad that y'all enjoying this.
But that's first of all, I'm loving how Joseph is. See, he's learning his lesson. Everything goes back to Elohim.
Yep, everything goes back to Elohim.
Everything now goes back to Elohim. Whereas before, when he was having those dreams, it was like, y'all was bowing down to me. It was all me.
Yep. And he still didn't even get that. And that's funny because he still didn't connect that even when he was in prison. The dream. So when things like, it's that whole thing, well, y'all will bring it back to my remembrance when I need it, right? Because when he was a kid, he was talking about all these dreams that he had. Y'all gonna bow. But if he would have remembered that dream when he was getting thrown in prison, he wouldn't have asked for a favor.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because he would have been like,
have to
the
stay
dream.
There 2 more years.
Absolutely. The dream. I remember the dream. Okay, so I shouldn't be tripping.
Yeah.
You know?
Or even if when he had the dreams, if he wasn't so busy being the favorite with his coat, thinking, oh, this me, y'all gonna bow down to me, he should have went to Yahuwah or prophet or somebody, or just somebody in his family, all of them. He had all of them there, and say, what does this dream mean?
Yep.
Because it don't mean what you really think it mean. Yeah, your brothers are going to bow down, but that's because you're king. Yes. But they also going to resist you when you try to take their brother.
Absolutely.
You're not getting it.
Yes. And that's the thing, right? You focus on the, I'm going to be king, but you don't even know what you're going to go through.
Yes.
That's going to bring you into that position, right?
Yep.
So it's like, even when Yah gives you a dream, I think, and if it's ever a significant position that you see yourself in that he shows you, I think the wisest prayer is, Father, make sure I'm who you need me to be able to obtain that.
Yes.
Make sure I'm able to, give me your strength.
Yeah. And not walking around telling people,
I'm gonna be this. He said he gonna fly me out to the 4 corners of the earth.
Kiss my feet.
If he gonna fly you out to the 4 corners of the earth, girl, you need to be fasting and praying because you don't know what comes with that.
Hey, for real, seriously, because you see what came with all this.
Absolutely. Not that you say, oh no, y'all, I don't want it, but your
just
posture of your heart.
Yeah, get me
Father,
ready.
if that's what you're telling me that I should be doing, then Father, please build me. Build my character, reshape my character. Let me have the character of you. Someone, aka my dad, I never forget it because listen, it's cemented, okay, right on my forehead. I was saying some things. I don't know. I was saying some things, and Dad, he said, never forget to go after the character of Yah. Always go after the character of Yah. If anything ever happens, and Yah forbid that it don't, but I will never forget that. Because we as people, we get so comfortable going after tangible things.
Yes.
And we get consumed with, especially when you have a phone, when you can show all the things that you have, you can selfie it, right?
Yeah.
That's, even if you don't have it, you can show that you have it.
Yeah.
But the character of Yah is something that you ain't got to flash. It's something that's seen or it's not
right,
seen.
Right. Either you have it or you don't.
Either you have it or not.
Mm-hmm. And that time when he said, though you be exalted, never forget to bow.
Absolutely. Yep.
Never forget to bow, because you will come down, crashed.
Absolutely. And whether you come down or you go up, your character should remain the same.
Yes. Humility.
There you go.
Because you see, Joseph, you're in Potiphar's house.
He had to humble
then you
himself.
in jail.
Yes.
But you still rule over the jail, but you still in jail.
Yeah.
But you know how that whole government works.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know how the whole government works.
Yep.
You know how favoritism play. If you look at all your experiences, you can see where Elohim is getting you ready for this moment.
Absolutely. For this moment.
For this moment.
Absolutely.
He's getting you ready. That's why you went through certain things. And, because sometimes I often think like, there's some things I know now that I wish I would have known then.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Way back when, and then I said, but then I wouldn't have had this experience, and I wouldn't have known this goes on at this level. And so some of the things I wouldn't be able to understand.
Absolutely.
So he
relatable.
knew, right. I need you to be fair when you sit on that throne.
Absolutely.
And that's what he takes us through too. He needs for us to be fair and to know Torah. It ain't when we get there, when it's all over, I'll do the right thing. No, unless you're doing it now. He got to get us ready now. See? Your character has to be in place. When I put you in place, the character needs to be there.
That is so good, because we will be the judges, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So we got to know. It's almost like Yahusha. Right? Yahushua, sorry. He'd been through it. He walked through it all. That's the reason why he can say, like, listen, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Why would you call me good? No one is good except for the Father. Like, it's the Father that brought me through all of this. Why are you asking to see the Father? You should have recognized him in me. Yeah. Right? Yes. Everything that we go through, we know what it's like to be the tail. Other people don't know what it's like to be the tail. They say they do, but they don't, because that's why they jump off of bridges when their money is gone. Yep. They don't know what it's like to be the tail. We've been the tail. We've been the ones hung. We've been the ones shot, just because our skin brings on a sense of fright, terror, intimidation. We know that stuff. Yes. So we can relate to those that once they, we come from a different point of passion, compassion, or you know what I mean? Like, we know how to righteously judge, because we've been putting it forth in action since we've been here. It's like Auntie Linda on our women's, you guys. So those that don't know us, and we have an assembly and stuff like that. And every Friday we have an assembly call. I mean, a women's meeting. Women's meeting, yeah. And at one point we were doing these judge shows. Oh yeah. And I was like, why would she give us this verdict? She would make us the judge, and people don't judge me. But she was helping us to identify how to judge righteously according to Torah. Yes, look at the facts. Yeah, looking at your facts. Feelings, not just look at the facts. That's over feelings. So she was helping us to get in that kind of mindset of, hey, does this go against Torah? Yeah, it goes against your emotion, but does it go against Torah? Yeah. And I couldn't figure it out for nothing. But then once that, I was like, whoa, I see it, because I didn't. It's just these things that we have to learn. You have to. And we have to learn, because one day we're going to be the ones judging according to Torah, and we have to do that now. That doesn't mean like we're your fringes. We're not talking about that kind of judge. No. We don't do that. No. And remember, once you learn something, it's just like in school. You learn stuff, you get the lesson, then you have the test. Yep. If you pass the test, you move on to the next lesson. If you don't, you got to do that lesson all over again. And then you got to do the test. Or how many times have you done something, you just kept doing it over and over? And Yahuwah is good. He just like, we're going to keep, you're going to stay in the first grade until you pass. Yeah. That's just how it is. I got time. Right. Literally, I got time. Right. In a checkout. Okay? We can do this all day. I got time, okay? I've made time. Every day is 1,000 years with me. Absolutely. So if you want to go at this for 900 years or all your life, you want to stay in the first grade, hey,
But until you pass this test, you are not moving on.
That's right.
Because you got to know this before you know that.
You got to. He got time, all right? Auntie Linda said, y'all ready for another one? Not unless he tells you to give
No.
it. If he ain't told you, then no.
That stuff was hard.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh. All right, where we at, y'all?
Where we at, April? You don't know.
He's
are
looking
we
at
at
me.
42?
Okay, where we gonna go?
Wait, go on to you.
I literally don't know.
No, we ain't at 42. We're at 30, verse 37.
Okay, verse 37, that's where we're gonna be. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of his servant. And Pharaoh said unto his servant,
we're on 46, because he just gave her the daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And in the 7 plenteous years, the earth brought forth by handfuls. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years which were in the land of Mitzrayim, and laid up the food in the city, the food of the field, which was round about every city, laid he up in the sand. And Joseph gathered grain as the sand of the sea, very much, until he left numbering, for it was without number.
That's a lot. So he had to build a bunch of store. But they see, this is how intelligent they was. That whatever food they were storing, it lasted 7 years.
But you know what? This is also a little shot to jolt your reminder. He could have used something else to say, y'all. But he said, and gather grain as the sand of the sea. Who else said that they would do? Remember, Abraham, that was a promise that Yah gave Abraham. I will make your seed the grain, the number of the sea, very much until he left numbering, for it was without number.
Yeah.
We're without number.
Yes. He said, don't even try to number it.
No.
Because I guess Joseph at first was trying to keep track of it. And he just said, forget it. I can't. It's too much.
Yes.
Just store it.
Yes.
Just fill up the storehouses.
Yes. Yeah.
We gonna need it. It's a bunch of it.
It's a bunch of them. Verse 50. And unto Joseph was born 2 sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of the Potiphar of Pharaoh, priest of On, bore unto him. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh. Yeah. For Elohim said, he has made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second he called Ephraim. For Elohim has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. And the 7 years of plenteousness that was in the land of Mitzrayim were ended, and the 7 years of famine began to come. According as Joseph had said, and the famine was in all the land, but in all the land of Mitzrayim was bread. And when all the land of Mitzrayim was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all the Mitzrayim, go unto Joseph what he says to you, do. And the famine was all over the face of the earth. All over the face of the earth, y'all. And Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Mitzrayim. And the famine waxed sore in the land of Mitzrayim. And all the countries came into Mitzrayim to Joseph to buy grain, because that the famine was so sore in all the land.
So I guess some of the people were actually storing up stuff too that listened to Joseph. Some people didn't, but they was like, well, I didn't anticipate what 7 years of food looked like.
Right.
It might last, some people might last a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5, whatever.
Yes.
But there come a time when they said, I'm gonna need some of that grain.
Yeah, we need some.
Yeah.
We need some.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 42. Now when Joseph saw that there was grain in Mitzrayim.
That's Jacob.
Yep, my bad. And when Jacob saw that there was grain in Mitzrayim, Yaakov, said unto his sons, why do ye look for upon another? And he said, behold, I have heard that there is grain in Mitzrayim. get you down thither, and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren, went down to buy grain in Mitzrayim. But Benjamin, Joseph's brothers, Yaakov sent not with his brethren, for he said, lest perchance mischief befall him. And the sons of Yasharel came to buy grain amongst those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan, and Joseph was the governor over the land. And it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth.
We need to tell them the backstory, because remember when they got to the land, they said, okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look for our brother.
Yes. Oh, yes, yes.
But they were looking in the harlot's house.
Yes.
They were thinking, oh, he Joseph cute, one of them cute people.
Yes,
he probably
yes,
lived in the harlot's house.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't find him, so they went, and they each came in different gates.
Yes.
Because they were looking for their brother, but
Yep.
they didn't find him. So they was like, yeah, we finna go get him. We finna bring him home.
And they had to take off them shoes that they bought with Joseph's money. With the
money.
Ishmaelites gave them.
With the money.
Yeah,
They
so
bought
they couldn't
shoes
even,
with the money.
that they sold them with. So they couldn't even step in foot on the land in them sandals. That was very crazy too.
Yeah. But notice how Yaakov or Jacob is not sending Benjamin. Come on, dude. Benjamin is not a little kid right now.
No, he had to grow.
So y'all know,
Benjamin
is not a little kid. He is grown. Remember when they sold Joseph, he was 17. How old is he now? Like 40? Oh, 30.
Yeah.
He's 30 years old.
Yep, being told, nope, you're going to play around.
He's 30 years old. So Benjamin is,
yeah.
Remember they married and everything.
Yes.
He married and everything.
Yes.
Got kids.
Yep. Sure
everything. But he said, no, Benjamin, you ain't going.
You ain't going.
Still, you ain't learned your lesson yet.
Verse 8. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew him not. They knew not him. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and said unto them, Ye are spies. To see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said unto him, Nay, my Adonai.
Hold up. Yeah, you know that.
But to buy food are your servants come. We are all one man's son. We are true men. Your servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said, Your servants are 12 brethren, the son of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spoke unto you, saying, Ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be proved. By the life of Pharaoh ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother. And ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh surely ye are spies. And he put them all together into ward 3 days. And Joseph said unto them the third day, This do, and live, for I fear that story time has gone too long. Because my girl Lolo hit us with a cliff at 6:58, 6:55.
Look, Lolo, I'm gonna need you to stop trying to guess when the clip is.
So I have to go further. Lolo, I saw it. Hi, Mama. This is Zoe. And I love story time. Zoe text on my phone.
Oh,
I love how Zoe spelled her name, girl. I didn't drop that Y on there, but that's okay. Mommy love you too, girl. Zoe, Zobo. All right. Let's see. Any questions, you guys? Any questions? Any comments? I had to read. Yeah, Lolo. I saw that early. I said, oh no, I was going to clip too. But I saw you called me out. You called me out, so I had to keep reading. Oh, I had to keep, and I had a good clip too, but you caught it. All right, she said, I knew you was going to do that. Go ahead and finish that verse.
When was you gonna do it?
No, I was gonna do it earlier, but she had said when I was like, "Hey, what page are we on? Where did we leave off?" That's where I was gonna clip it.
You were?
Yes, but then she had said clip, and I said, "Oh nope." So then when we really found it, I was like, "Okay, we're gonna keep reading."
Hey, I had a feeling you was gonna do it there, and I thought Auntie Shelly was in on it.
Nah, I'm never in
Wendy
on it.
ever asked me where you in the
Yeah, but she had said clip, and I said, "Dang it, nope." So I had to keep reading.
I'm never in on it. I really didn't know.
No, because you wouldn't get the authenticity, if that's a word.
Authenticity.
There you go, of Auntie Shelly. So I have to clip her too. But yeah, I'm gonna learn to be quiet. No, it's fun. Lola. It's fun. I mean, listen, I'm tomorrow I might clip you at 6:37. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Okay, maybe not that early. Not that early. Okay, let's see. Any questions? Anything? You guys have anything you want to share? I wasn't able to read the comments. You see, right now, Yah is using him in how he should be used. He we can't interpret nothing. No dream with Elohim. Facts. Absolutely. He now putting the light on Yah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, should I say he's allowing Yah to use him and not Joseph used by Joseph? Facts again. Humbled before the Most High Yahweh. And he'll lift you. Absolutely. He sure will. Some rules to live by. Wow.
But I didn't get the whole thing, and maybe I didn't think about it more. When Joseph was telling his brothers, "You're spies. You came out to see the nakedness of the land." I'm like, but you're not naked. You have food. Everybody else's land is naked, but I know it's not growing, but y'all got food.
Maybe he's talking about the space. That's what I was thinking.
The
how much
space.
Yeah, how much land there is. I don't know. Maybe he was thinking about the land.
That big.
But the other countries, you remember, because he said all the earth was famine. So maybe he tried to see what's around. I don't know. Maybe he was thinking about that.
Playing games.
Yeah, and he is, and he's being very petty.
Games. Yeah, he's being very petty.
He's being petty because he remembered the dreams that he dreamed when he was little, but yet you respond with your spies.
Yeah.
I would have thought if you remembered the dreams, even if you was gonna be petty, it would have been like, y'all just bow. Remember, I told you was gonna bow. Y'all just did that. Remember when I was 17, I told you y'all was gonna bow. Yeah, but
saying he feared Elohim. Oh, but you stopped.
Oh, because he didn't fear it when he did that.
Never mind.
Anybody? Y'all know why he said that? Why he blamed on them, talking about he was spies?
I think he just messing with them.
Just messing with them.
I like how you went, nah, dude.
No.
Y'all know that's what they did. It's like, dude,
no. We ain't no spies. Listen, we just trying to get some oatmeal. Absolutely. We heard y'all had some grains, some cream of wheat.
Yeah, we were looking for our brother, and we can't get some food.
That's it.
We out of here. Can't get some burgers and fries. And we out of here.
Just like we out, and we're gonna come back tomorrow at 6 p.m.
We're gonna bring our dad some food, and
we'll see. We'll see what this account have. All right. Shalom, family.
Shalom.
Bye.
Shalom. Let me stop.
Oh, no, let you go. Bye, y'all. Oh, he had to think of an excuse to accuse them. Accuse them
something. Yeah,
keep them for 3 days.
Maybe they kept him in the pit. Or did he just need to keep him 3 days?
No, he just kept him in the... No, I think he was in the pit just for a night.
Oh.
Or not even a night. I don't even think he was in there for a night.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But maybe he wanted to... Remember the backstory? Okay, listen. I guess y'all getting this.
Maybe we'll remember something will trigger.
Yeah, because the backstory. He was talking to them. He was still
they
talking
talked
to them.
A little bit more in the backstory.
Yeah. Because he was talking to not Benjamin.
Because Benjamin ain't there yet. Not yet.
But he was talking to one of his brothers when he had him locked up.
Simeon, who did he keep?
I don't know.
Simeon or
we're going to find out tomorrow. All right. For real. Shabbat shalom. Not Shabbat, but shalom. You get it. Bye. Peace to your house. From our house to yours. All right? That's it. Bye.
You all right?